What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Ray Talks Hoop. Today we're going to be talking about how the Toronto Raptors were screwed over by the refs in yesterday's game against the Philadelphia 76ers. Now, before we get any further, I want to make it clear that I have nothing against the Philadelphia 76ers. They went out there and they won fair and square. However, with that being said, I'm going to pull up some data and look at some stats. And after presenting this information to you guys, it's going to be a little bit hard to argue that the refs were not screwing over the Toronto Raptors. And I do mean that respectfully. Like I said, I have nothing against the Philadelphia 76ers, but if this would have happened to the Sixers, I would have also been making a video about them in their favor. So with that being said, before the Raptors and the Sixers matched up for the second time this week, I made a video saying that I think the Raptors are going to beat the Sixers. And I was wrong. You know what? It happens. Whenever you are publicly commentating about sports, you are going to be wrong sometimes, you are going to be right sometimes. It is what it is and it happens. However, the Boston also lost, which makes me very happy because as a Laker fan, I just don't like the Celtics by nature. I like Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and everybody on the Celtics team, but just the franchise as a whole is what I cannot stand. So shout out to Luka Doncic for making my night that much better. The Raptors losing is certainly balanced out by the losing, so it's kind of like PEMDAS or something. It like cancels out. But I digress. Let's go ahead and talk about why I think the Toronto Raptors got screwed over in last night's game against the Sixers. So the first thing I want to point out is the amount of free throws that each team shot. The Sixers shot 30 free throws as opposed to the Toronto Raptors, who only shot 13. Now, I know most of you might be thinking, Ray, the Sixers must have done a better job of getting to the rim and they were getting fouled more than the Toronto Raptors. That is why they shot more free throws. Your argument is invalid. However, that is not what happened at all. You see, if we take a look at how many points each team scored in the paint, the Philadelphia 76ers had 30 points in the paint and the Toronto Raptors had 54. The Raptors nearly had twice as many points within 2 to 3 feet from the basket as the 76ers. What kind of basketball game is this where the team who has half as many points as the other team in the paint somehow shoots twice as many free throws? And to show that I'm really not trying to be biased on this whatsoever, I am a Laker fan, and 20 years ago we won a championship. We beat the Kings on our way to doing so, and pretty much the exact same thing happened to the Kings as what happened last night to the Raptors. So it is what it is. I call a spade, or however the saying goes, I don't know. So that's why I just don't really find that to be fair. And did you guys see that foul on Norman Powell? It looked like Ben Simmons thought he was in the NFL for a second. Anyone who knows anything about basketball knows that is a foul, yet the refs did not do anything about it. The Raptors only lost that game by 7 points, despite being down around 20 in the first half of the game. So for starting off with a 20-point deficit, not having Kyle Lowry, not getting foul calls, and a bunch of other things not going their way, to have only lost by 7, I don't think that's too bad. Those are pretty much my thoughts on the game. Congrats to the 76ers. It's not their fault that this happened, but when I see something like this going on, I definitely have to make a video on it. Anyway, if you made it all the way through, please give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button down below. Also, if you have any Raptors footage or any footage of any team that I can use, please go ahead and send me an email at raytalkshoop@gmail.com or send me a DM on Instagram. I'm just trying to use clips that don't get me copyright claims. So if you happen to have access to anything, please go ahead and let me know. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all tomorrow. I am out of here.